this? It's on NPR.
Credibility of the leadership, and angry, raging peace demonstrators marched throughout the city. They burned the flag of the country. They poured pig's blood all over the arsenal. They stood in front of government buildings, screaming, cursing, and throwing raw eggs, ripe tomatoes, rotten vegetables, and spoiled meat through the windows. They attacked the police.
You missed the part where he was a lion tame was assistant. The lion tame was sleeping with a lion. That was when he worked in the circus, though.
The war had gone on for so long, and there'd been so many battles and so much carnage that the city cemeteries were packed. There was no longer enough earth to bury the dead, so people were being buried everywhere else. You'd see tombstones in restaurants, movie theaters, museums. The citizens began to bury their relatives, those who died in the war, in their own apartments. You'd come into someone's home, sit down, and to your left, under a table, there'd be a small tombstone of someone who'd been killed. And in some cases, entire rooms were turned into shrines.
That's not how houses work.
And altars, and little statuary. Eventually, the government decided they needed to increase the numbers of the population for the next generation.
Oh, you also missed the giant orgy.
Would continue for
I'm glad this isn't detailed.
So they gave you tax breaks if you had more than 2 children. And if you had even more children, you'd get another apartment. And if you had even more children, you'd get a better job. And they began showing erotic movies at the theaters. Developed certain aphrodisiacs and fertility drugs. And once a month, the city celebrated...
This is NPR.
...in which you were supposed to try to make love as many times as 90 with as many people as possible.
Yeah.
It was a week of license and debauchery.
That's NPR.
For the sake of breeding. And you were supposed to write up a report every time you made love to someone, which involved a lot of paperwork, because you had to fill out forms with your name and the other person's name, your address, sex, age, background, the time of day you made love, how long it took, where she was in her menstrual cycle, the amount of time you'd known each other, what you were wearing when you met, and a brief summary of what you discussed after you made love.
I have to leave,
the brand of cigarettes you smoked,
but I can't. I need somebody to find this.
Finally, in the 112th year of the war, the enemy offered to lift the siege of the city and to make peace. And they presented us with a gift, a huge wooden horse on wheels, about 3 stories tall, which they left at the city gate. Everybody was very excited about the peace offer.
What the fuck?
About the horse, and there was celebrating.
Alright, I have to go back to work, but